Hi, everyone. We're on Patreon. Find the link in the show notes. Show off your love for being curious with the official Info on the Go merch.
Whether you're sipping your coffee from our sleek mug, staying warm in one of our cozy hoodies, or rocking that fun fact inspired t shirt, or just carrying one of your essentials in our reusable tote bag, you'll be repping curiosity and style everywhere you go.
Each item is designed with our curious, on the go community in mind, and every purchase helps support the show. Wear it, sip it, carry it. Info on the Go is more than a podcast, it's a way of life.
Patreon, find the link in the show notes. Hi, I'm William,
And I'm Kat,
and that makes this Info on the Go.
answering questions you want to know.
Kat, do you know your blood type?
Yes, I am B positive.
Kind of fits your personality there.
I try. I try to live up to it.
There you go. I'm O negative, but I
Oh,
don't have a negative vibe, I don't think.
no, not usually.
Yeah. Not usually. All right. Before we get into the episode, I think we should define some terms we'll be using during this episode, like blood and plasma.
Okay, blood and plasma are closely related but differ in composition and function. Blood is the fluid that circulates throughout the body, consisting of both a liquid component and cellular elements.
It contains red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets suspended in a liquid called plasma.
Plasma, which makes up about 55% of total blood volume, is a pale yellow fluid composed mostly of water, along with proteins, electrolytes, hormones, nutrients, and waste products.
While blood as a whole is responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, and waste, as well as supporting immune defense and clotting, plasma especially serves as the medium that carries these substances.
Plasma also helps regulate blood pressure, body temperature, and pH levels. In essence, plasma is the liquid portion of blood that remains after the blood cells are removed.
Karl Lindsteiner, an Austrian immunologist and pathologist, made one of the most important discoveries in medical history when he identified the existence of different blood types.
His groundbreaking research led to the classification of the ABO blood group system, which laid the foundation for modern blood transfusions. Before this discovery, transfusions were highly unpredictable, often causing fatal reactions due to incompatibility between donor and recipient.
That was a wild time, wasn't it?
It would 50-50 shot.
Yeah. And well, actually, it wouldn't even be a 50-50 shot.
No, there's what, three, four different blood types.
Yeah. Unless you had an O negative person over there on the sidelines or an O
Right.
positive person, on the sidelines, just in case the O negative one didn't show up. But we'll get into that in a minute.
Right.
In 1901, Landsteiner found that human blood varied based on the presence of or absence of a specific antigens on red blood cells.
He categorized blood into three groups: A, B, and O, later expanded to include AB. So, four different blood types.
Yeah. Well, five really, because there's an RH that's involved in it too.
That's true.
His discovery explained why some transfusions succeeded while others failed, revolutionizing medicine by enabling safe and effective blood transfusions.
His work also led to the identification of the Rh factor decades later, further refining blood compatibility.
Recognizing the profound impact of his research, Landsteiner was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1930 for his contributions to immunology and transfusion medicine.
His discoveries continue to save lives worldwide, forming the basis of blood banking and donation systems used today.
Blood types are classified based on the presence or absence of specific antigens on the red blood cells, as we mentioned.
The main blood type system is the ABO system, which includes
Type A has A antigens on the red blood cells and produces anti B antibodies.
type B, has B antigens and produces A antibodies.
Type AB has both A and B antigens and does not produce anti-A or anti-B antibodies, making it the universal recipient.
Type O has no A or B antigens, but produces both anti A and anti B antibodies, making it the universal donor.
Additionally, blood types are classified by the Rh factor, which determines whether a blood type is positive or negative. If a person has the Rh antigen, they are Rh positive. If they lack it, they are Rh negative.
That means the full classification includes A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, and O negative.
So O negative lacks the Rh, right?
Right.
Okay. And so B positive, you have the Rh
Mm,
antigen.
For A. My blood wants to fight A blood.
Blood type compatibility is important in transfusions, organ transplants, and even pregnancy, as mismatched blood types can cause immune reactions.
Let's flow through the different blood types.
I love that. You had to work it in, didn't you?
Yes.
Type A blood is characterized by the presence of an A antigens on the surface of red blood cells and anti-B antibodies in the plasma.
This means that people with type A blood can only receive transfusions from type A or type O blood, as type B and AB contain B antigens that would trigger an immune response.
Some studies suggest that blood types may play a role in health predispositions.
People with type A blood might have a higher susceptibility to certain bacterial and viral infections, as well as a greater likelihood of experiencing higher cortisol or stress hormone levels.
Some research has explored connections between type A blood and heart disease risk, though lifestyle factors remain the biggest influence.
Type A compatibility in transfusions, they can receive blood from A positive, A negative, O positive, or O negative.
They can donate blood to A positive, AB positive people with type A negative blood are especially important donors because their plasma can be used for universal platelet donation, meaning their platelets can be used to help patients of any blood type.
Wow,
That is, for cancer patients, that
is
is huge.
important. Right.
Yes.
Blood type B is defined by the presence of B antigens on the surface of red blood cells and A antibodies in the plasma.
This means individuals with type B blood should not receive type A or AB blood, as their immune system would attack the A antigens.
Compatibility in blood transfusions, Bs can receive blood from B positive, B negative, O positive, and O negative.
They can donate blood to B positive, AB positive. Individuals with B negative blood are especially important in donations as they can provide red blood cells to both B negative and AB negative recipients.
Health considerations for type B. Research has explored links between type B blood and
A lower susceptibility to cardiovascular disease compared to type A individuals.
higher risk of diabetes, as some studies indicate metabolic differences in type B individuals.
Potential differences in immune response impacting infection susceptibility.
However, these correlations are still debated and are not definitive.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Energy rocks, like the pop rocks you loved as a kid, but now supercharged for adults. Just pour these tasty pineapple mango or cherry berry crystals into your mouth and pop, you're on. In under 3 minutes, you'll feel clean, focused energy from natural caffeine, B12, and L-theanine without the crash. No pills, no mixing, no weird drinks, just pocket-sized popping power, ready anytime, anywhere. Energy rocks, candy with a purpose. Pop, focus, go with Energy rocks. Use code info on the go 20 off to get 20% off your order, or click the link in the show notes.
Is success mainly caused by talent, hard work, or luck? This is Tunde, and if you fancy listening to something slightly different, check out the How I Crushed It podcast. We interview people and find out how they've managed to crush it in their careers and overcome the many obstacles along the way. We've interviewed comedians.
I mean, you're a good-looking guy as well.
I was about to say to them, I was waiting for that comment, by the way. I was like, he's beating around the bush, and he needs to go into the bush.
entrepreneurs,
If I'm running a race and like my leg gets blown off, I'm going to pick it up and hop. That's just the person that I am.
sports people, and many, many more. So check out the How I Crushed It podcast, available on all major platforms now.
Hi, everyone. I want to tell you about a unique Father's Day gift, one that'll last for generations to come, and that's with tellmail.ai. Mail captures the stories, the memories, and the wisdom, and will put it into beautifully crafted chapters. You can turn these into a hardcover book that you can share for generations. My personal experience with Tellmail is going to allow me to be able to share my childhood memories with my children, my grandchildren, and hopefully their children. If you're looking for a unique Father's Day gift, look no further than tellmail.ai. Click the link in the show notes. Blood type AB is unique because it has both A and B antigens on red blood cells, but does not produce anti-A or anti-B antibodies in the plasma.
This makes AB individuals universal plasma donors, as their plasma can be given to anyone without causing an immune reaction.
Compatibility in blood transfusions.
They can receive blood from A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, and O negative. Universal recipient for red blood cells.
And they can donate blood to AB positive and AB negative.
Some individuals with AB blood lack anti-A and anti-B antibodies. They can safely receive blood from all ABO blood types, making them universal recipients for transfusions.
However, they can only donate to other AB individuals.
Health considerations for type AB. Higher risk of cognitive decline. Research has explored links between type AB and an increased likelihood of memory-related issues.
Cardiovascular health. Some studies have suggested type AB individuals may have a slightly higher susceptibility to blood clotting disorders.
Balanced immune response. Since AB blood lacks anti-A and anti-B antibodies, it may lead to a less aggressive immune response to infections, making susceptibility to certain illnesses different compared to other blood types.
While there are correlations, lifestyle factors still play a much larger role in health outcomes than blood types alone. So, lifestyle is
Important.
very important. Yes, thank you.
Blood type O is fascinating for several reasons. It's the most common blood type worldwide and plays a crucial role in blood transfusions,
So, here are some key aspects.
blood donation, and compatibility.
O positive individuals can donate blood to all other positive blood types, A positive, B positive, AB positive, making them highly valuable donors.
O negative individuals are universal donors, meaning their blood can be transfused to anyone regardless of blood type.
This makes O negative blood essential in emergencies when a patient's blood type is unknown.
Health and disease risks. Research suggests that people with blood type O may have a lower risk of heart disease and memory related conditions compared to other blood types.
O positive individuals who are cytomegalovirus, CMV negative, are especially valuable for newborns and
Immunocompromised patients. Emergency and medical importance. O positive blood is often preferred in emergency situations because it is widely available and has minimal risk of reactions.
O negative blood is crucial for trauma cases as it can be used for any patient without prior blood typing.
The Rh factor is a crucial component of blood classification, determining whether a person's blood type is positive or negative based on the presence or absence of the Rhd antigen on red blood cells.
Understanding the Rh factor. Rh positive individuals with Rh positive blood have the Rhd antigen on their red blood cells.
Rh negative. Those with Rh negative blood lack the RDH antigen.
The Rh factor is inherited from parents following a dominant recessive genetic pattern.
If at least one parent has Rh positive blood, the child has a high chance of being Rh positive.
If both parents are Rh negative, the child will always be Rh negative.
Medical importance of Rh blood type.
Blood transfusions. Rh negative individuals can only receive Rh negative blood, while Rh positive individuals can receive both Rh positive and Rh negative blood.
Pregnancy and hemolytic disease of a newborn, or HDN. If an Rh negative mother carries an Rh positive baby, her immune system may produce anti Rh antibodies, potentially harming the baby.
This condition is managed with RhoGAM injections to prevent complications.
Organ transplants. Matching Rh compatibility is essential to reduce rejection risks. The rhesus factor, specifically the RHD protein, derives its name from the rhesus monkey, or Maca mulata, because scientists first identified it in their blood.
However, the Rh factor did not originate in the rhesus monkey. It is a genetic variation found across various species, including humans and even certain types of bacteria. The genes responsible for encoding the Rh factor, RHD, and RHCE are ancient and have been present in human ancestors for an extensive period.
Dang.
That is huge because there's some pseudoscience out there, that this, whatever.
Right. I'm just kind of astonished that different bacteria have different RHs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
that is pretty crazy. The discovery of the Rh factor dates back to 1937 when researchers Carl Landsteiner and Alexander Weiner identified it while studying the rhesus monkey blood.
Their findings led to the naming of the Rh factor through the rhesus monkey was simply the first species in which the trait was observed, rather than the original source.
The origins of the Rh factor stretch deep into evolutionary history.
The genes RHD and RHCE are considered very old, with evidence suggesting they existed in early primate ancestors and even in certain bacterial forms. That's
Uh,
crazy.
Yeah. And as human evolution progressed, genetic variations in the RHD gene resulted in the emergence of Rh negative blood, a trait that occurs when the RHD gene is absent in an individual.
This variation predates modern humans and was present in hominid ancestors, meaning that both Rh positive and Rh negative blood types have existed for thousands of years.
The Rh blood group system is one of the most complex in human genetics with a wide range of antigenic variations.
The Rh antigens are located on two rhesus proteins, RHD and RHCE, which differ in their protein sequences, contributing to the complexity of blood compatibility and transfusion medicine. So now that we're gonna kind of jump in away from that and talk a little bit about some pseudoscience. How about it?
Yes, it's a little segue, if you will.
All right.
The Japanese study of blood types and personality dates back to the 1920s when Furukawa Takeji, a Japanese professor, proposed a theory linking blood types to temperament.
His research was influenced by early psychological studies and the growing interest in human classification systems.
In 1927, Furukawa published a paper suggesting that blood type could determine personality traits.
He believed that different blood types corresponded to distinct behavioral tendencies, which could be used to assess individuals for education, employment, and even military service.
His theory gained traction in Japan despite lacking scientific validation.
His theory categorized people based on the ABO blood group system by suggesting that each blood type is linked to specific personality traits and behavioral tendencies.
Developed in Japan in the 1920s by Professor Takaji Furukawa, the theory proposed that blood types A, B, AB, and O could be used to explain differences in temperament, compatibility, and even success in various aspects of life.
According to him, people with type A blood are often seen as calm, responsible, and detailed oriented, while those with type B are thought to be creative, passionate, and independent. What do you think? You're type B, right?
I think
Because,
passionate, independent, for sure. Well, a little creative. Just haven't
well,
been creative in a while.
you do the podcast.
Well, outside the podcast.
Okay. I'm very creative, but
Yes.
but I am O negative.
Individuals with type AB blood are considered rational, adaptable, and diplomatic, blending traits from both A and B types.
Type O individuals, in contrast, are typically described as confident, outgoing, and natural leaders.
Although not supported by scientific evidence.
Furukawa's theory gained widespread popularity in Japanese and East Asian cultures, influencing everything from dating and employment decisions to pop culture and self help books. Wow. So, I guess I wonder how the dating thing works. I guess you pick somebody based off of their blood type if you want somebody confident, outgoing, or if you want somebody detailed oriented, calm, responsible.
Right, right. I don't
Okay.
know. I'd have to pick up one of those self-help books and see.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I would like to get some excerpts out of that for sure.
Right. Although Furukawa's study was not scientifically rigorous, the idea persisted in Japanese culture.
Over time, blood type personality theory became widely accepted in social interactions, matchmaking, and workplace dynamics.
Blood type personality theories. The emphasis is placed entirely on the ABO blood group system with classifications like A, B, AB, and O being associated with specific personality traits.
The Rh factor, positive or negative, while medically important, is generally not considered in personality analysis.
The cultural belief stems from early studies in Japan during the 1920s and was later popularized in books and media, influencing everything from dating compatibility to workplace dynamics.
While many people enjoy the theory for entertainment, it does not have any scientific backing.
Yes, it's not you, it's your blood.
Oh,
Today,
that is golden.
Today, many Japanese people still associate blood types with personality traits despite the lack of empirical evidence.
Here are some real facts about blood.
1 in 3 people are typically A positive, making it one of the most common blood types. And chemotherapy patients have a high demand for platelets from those with A positive blood.
AB negative is the rarest blood type, with only about 1% of the US population having it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Less than 4% of the US population has AB positive blood.
Type AB blood is the only universal plasma donor. This means that type AB plasma transfusions can be given immediately without losing precious time determining if the patient's blood type is compatible.
Less than 2% of the population has type B negative blood, while about 9% has B positive blood.
Hey, you're in that
Woohoo!
9% group there.
9%.
Only 7% of the population has type O negative blood, while 38% has O positive blood, the most common blood type. 7%.
That's crazy.
7% of the population can donate blood to the other 93%.
Right. O negative blood is the universal donor, meaning it can be given to anyone and is often used in emergencies.
In major traumas, many hospitals transfuse O positive blood when O negative isn't available, even when the patient's blood type is unknown. The risk of reaction is much lower in ongoing blood loss situations, and O positive is more available than O negative because of their use during emergencies. O blood types are the first to run out during a shortage. So if you're any kind of type O blood, it is good to give blood.
Yeah. Yep. The vampires are always looking.
There you go.
AB positive blood is the universal recipient, meaning it can receive blood from any other blood type.
Research suggests that individuals with type O blood may have a lower risk of developing heart attacks and blood clots.
Hmm. Some studies indicate that people with type A or B may have higher risk of developing blood clots compared to those with type O.
Some studies suggest that mosquitoes may be more attracted to people with type O blood. I had to throw that in there because I have a friend. If we go fishing, no matter what we do, we can be standing side by side, and the mosquitoes will literally want to just tote me off and not
Oof.
even bother him.
I get ate up all the time by mosquitoes too.
Yeah, I think they seek me out there. They're like, hey, there's William.
Bing, bing. There's one over there. Bing. Blood type is inherited just like eye color or hair type. You get one gene from each parent that determines your blood type.
Blood types can influence disease risk. Research has shown that people with type O blood may have lower risk of developing pancreatic cancer, while those with type A or AB may have a slightly higher risk of gastric cancer.
People with type B blood may be more prone to certain bacterial infections like E. coli due to how their blood cells interact with bacterial toxins.
Oh,
Good. That's good to know.
yeah, that is really good to know. Type O negative blood is always in high demand because it can be used for newborns and in trauma cases where time is crucial and blood typing isn't possible.
Some cultures, particularly in Japan and South Korea, believe that blood type influences personality. This belief is so widespread that blood types are sometimes included in dating profiles and job applications.
That to me, I know we talked about it at the top a little bit too, but to have that on your job application,
It is pretty wild.
that's like here in the US, you can't ask questions like that when you're applying for a job.
No.
That's like saying, do you have any kids at home?
Right. Which you also cannot ask either.
No, you cannot. Anyway, yeah, that's just crazy.
Mm,
Like, well, I'm sorry you didn't get the job because you're B negative. We only are B positive people.
you're right. Right.
People with type AB blood are more likely to have memory problems as they age, according to some studies, possibly due to the difference in blood clotting and brain oxygen flow. Wow.
Mm-hmm. The distribution of blood types can vary widely around the world. For example, type B is more common in Asia, while type O is more common in Latin America.
While
Hmm.
humans have just four main blood types, AB, AB, O, dogs have over a dozen, and cats have three. Matching blood types in pets before transfusions is just as important as it is in humans. I did not know
You have-
that,
How do you have over a dozen different blood types? Well, I mean, there are a bunch of different kinds of dogs, so I guess that's fair.
but they all have one common ancestor.
Right. That's wild. What
That
about
is crazy.
cats? I mean,
Cats have three types, three blood types.
that's less. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm. There's a very rare blood type called the Bombay blood group, mostly found in India, which doesn't fit into the usual ABO system. People with this type can only receive blood from others with the same rare type.
Can factoid.
Factoid.
That is, I did not know that.
Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that more. That's crazy.
Yeah. Blood banks often organize rare donor registries to help find matches for patients with uncommon blood types in cases of an emergency.
Cows have over 800 blood types, according to the Red Cross. 800? I mean, I know there's a bunch of different kinds of cows too, but like,
There's really not that many different types of cows.
I mean, there's
And just like dogs, they have a common ancestor.
I did FFA. There's different types of cows.
Well, I know there's different types of cows. I mean, you have Angus, you have, why are you putting me on the spot?
Brahmin,
Yeah, and then you have
belted Galloways.
limousines.
Uh-huh.
Then you have different types of dairy cows. But I mean, but cows all come from they share a common ancestor, just like dogs do.
But 800 blood types?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand that one.
Me either. Somebody's going to have to explain that to me.
Yeah, maybe we do a dash somewhere down the road on that.
Sounds good.
Okay. Wow, that was a bloody good episode.
I knew you'd say that. You just can't vein it in.
Hey, I'm just trying to circulate some knowledge here.
well, well, whether you're A, B, or O, positive or negative, we're positively glad you joined us.
Hey, you got one in too, right?
Yes,
That's pretty much all I've got, Kat.
me too. If you would like to support this podcast,
Click the Patreon link in the show notes.
William and I want to thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Join the Facebook group at Info on the Go,
Share with us your show ideas.
or ask us a question.
Subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast.
Send us a text using the link in the show notes or leave a review.
Email us at,
infoonthegopodcast@gmail.com.
and yes, that is all one word. Till next time.
Stay curious.